Hi everyone, I'm Lara from gosimpli.ca, and today I have a much requested level 1 seated upper body weights. I am also going to be taping a level 2 and a level 3, which I will post in the coming weeks. But for now we're going to start with level 1. This workout is a full-length workout, so it has both a warm-up and a cool-down, and of course all of the exercises in between. So I have a set of 5-pound dumbbells here. You can pick what feels comfortable for you. If you're not ready for any weight at all, that is just fine. So grab some equipment, and you'll need a chair to sit in as well as your weights, and then we'll get started with our warm-up. Okay, we're going to start with our warm-up in just a moment here, and we're going to do each of these moves for 30 seconds apiece. No time in between, and we're just going to start with some arm swings across the body here. So again, we're seated. We're going to be sitting through the whole workout. The warm-up is seated, the cool-down is seated. So you can just pick a comfortable spot, a nice sturdy chair, and hopefully your weights are already nearby. If not, pause the video, go and get them so that they're ready. And now we're just going to do arm swings ventrally, so rising them up above your head and then down below. You don't want to swing like super fast and pull anything, but try and get a bit of a stretch out of it. We're doing both arms at the same time. So this is a good beginner seated upper body weights. We're going to do arm circles. I'm going to slide forward a bit. We're going to go forward and then backwards. So do one forward and then one backward, but big circles. Get those shoulders open up. So this is a good place to start for seated upper body weights. Like I said, I'm starting with 5 pounds. If you have a smaller weight, 3 pounds, or if you don't have any weights at all and you want to start with a can of beans or a soup can, that would be just great. And you can do all of these exercises without any weights at all. Okay, now we're going to do wrist circles. So I'm just going to put my hands out in front and roll one way and then the other. Get those wrists all nice and warmed up to be holding the weights. So if you have nothing, or if you just don't feel ready, or if you're taking a day where you just don't want to work that hard, you can certainly do these exercises without any weight at all. Adding weight will certainly bump up your heart rate, which bumps up how many calories you burn if you're interested in that sort of thing. Okay, now we're going to do shoulder shrugs. So we're going to shrug up and back, and then up and forward. This is our last warm-up move. So each of these exercises we're going to do for 45 seconds apiece, and then you'll have a 15-second rest in between to sort of set up the next exercise. And I will try my very best to cue you all the way through with what's coming up next. Okay, so we'll take a quick rest. If you don't have your weights, go and get them, or if you need a quick drink of water. And then we are going to start with a bicep curl on the left side. So you only need one weight to start. I'm going to scooch over to the side of my chair, and you're just going to do a bicep curl. We're going to do one arm at a time, again, because we want to learn each move. So you've got your elbow sort of tucked into your waist here. You want to be using just that bicep muscle. So you don't want that elbow to sneak way out in front. Then you're not using the bicep. You want the elbow to stay very stationary and just the lower part of the arm to be going up and down. Doing one side of the body at a time also forces our core to work rather hard. So as we're sitting here, our core abdominal muscles, the obliques, the lower back are working so that we don't like slide off to one side because of the unbalanced weight. Excellent job. So I'm simply going to switch the weight to my other hand, and I will, my chair's really wide, so I'm going to scooch over to the other side just so that I don't hit the chair. Just a few more seconds here, and then we're going to bicep curl on the right side. So it doesn't matter how many repetitions you get in. If you're going slow and you only get in 6 or 7, that's just fine. If you're going a little bit faster than me, that is fine as well. You don't want to go really fast and use momentum. You will not build any muscle that way, and you will also make yourself at much greater risk for injury. So it's about fluid motion. Okay, so just a few more seconds here, and then we'll get our next rest. Okay, next we're going to do a shoulder press. So again, I'm going to go back to the left side, give this right arm a little bit of break. In a shoulder press, we're going to go sort of from a 90 degree, straight up, and then back down. So up over the head, and then down. You can go a little bit lower than straight across, but what you don't want to do is get way down here. That's too much strain on the shoulder. Working the shoulder as we get a little bit older, late 30s, 40s, and 50s and 60s and on. Working the shoulders is especially important to keep from having shoulder injury or upper back injuries, especially for women. It's very important for us to keep working these shoulders. It's something we tend to ignore, and then we have a lot of shoulder injury later in life. It's very common. Okay, so give that left arm a little break. You can shake it out a bit, and we're going to switch and do that shoulder press on the right side now. So we'll keep going back and forth, side to side, and that gives one side of the body a nice little rest in between. So again, pressing up. I like doing seated upper body weights. One, well, because it's comfortable, but two, it really does call on that core and can help you keep in a better position for your back and take out any lower back sway if you've got those abdominals held in nicely. Plus, it's something that I can do. I do have some arthritis in my knees, and so if I'm having a bad day for that, I can always just sit and do my upper body weights. And then there's no pressure on my knees. Excellent. And now we're going to do an overhead tricep. I'm actually going to move this other weight out of the way. I'm just going to slide it over there. And I'm going to show you from the side. I'm going to take this weight, I'm going to put it behind my head, and I'm going to try and keep my elbow pointing straight up, and I'm just going to extend the arm straight up. So I want this arm relatively close to my ear. I certainly don't want it way out to the side. Okay, I want to face it forward. And again, nice and slow. Your abdominals are in tight. You have a nice straight back. It's not about going quickly. It's about doing the exercise correctly. Actually, with weights, a lot of times the slower you go, the harder it is. So if you want more work, definitely slow it down. There's no momentum involved that way. Excellent. Give that side a break, and we're going to switch around the other way so that we can get the right arm. So again, arm up overhead, and then back and extend. And when we do triceps over our head this way, we are definitely calling on our core again for that stability so that we don't slide our posture side to side. So actually throughout this whole workout, we're getting really quite a good abdominal workout without even really realizing it, which is always nice to work extra muscles without even really knowing it. So just a few more seconds here. Excellent. Now we're going to do a lateral raise on the left side. So lateral raise is straight out to the side. And this can get really heavy. In fact, for me, 5 pounds is actually quite a challenging weight. So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to slide to the side. So what I will do is I will go through it. And if I can make it all the way through, great. And if I can't, I will simply drop my weight. And I will keep going without any weight at all. And that is just fine. I'm going to try and do I'm going to try and do a few more. And again, now you might actually really feel that core working with just one side going up. You might actually really get a sense of how much your core works to balance you. So this is definitely starting to get heavy, but we have 7 seconds left, so I'm going to try my best to keep going. Excellent. And then give this side a break. Again, my chair is wide, so I'm going to slide over. We're going to do that lateral raise on the other side. For lateral raises, and we'll be doing some front raises, for me 5 pounds is quite a challenge. I can do it, but it is definitely, it might be an exercise that on a day where I didn't have a lot of energy, I would have used 3 pounds, or, you know, if I really had no energy or was feeling just tired or not very good that day, I might not lift any weight at all, which would be just like this. Just put it down and just go straight up, and that's okay. That's just fine. The muscles are still working. And I'm going to try to even it out to what I did on the other side, which is even more important to make sure that you're trying the same on both sides. Excellent. And so now we're going to do those front raises. Oh, I put them back to back with lateral raises. But that's okay. I'm going to do, again, as much as I can. And I'm aiming to do 30 of the 45 seconds myself with weight, but we'll see. Maybe I'll be able to do more. So again, we're just lifting straight out in front this time. I've switched back to my left hand. It really doesn't matter if you're doing left when I'm doing left or if you're doing the opposite, as long as you're getting both sides. You don't want to do the left arm twice, although you will likely feel it because it will feel very tired. So again, you're probably really feeling the abdominals now, supporting you and keeping you in that nice straight back position. Oh, this is getting challenging. Okay, I've got 5 more seconds. Let's see if I can sneak in one more here. Great job. And then we are simply going to switch it to the other side. We are well past the halfway point in this workout. So if you're starting to feel tired, that's normal. Okay, so front raise on the right. With this far through a weighted upper body workout, you should definitely be starting to feel those arm muscles, that upper back, those shoulders. They should be feeling like, wow, we've really done something today. And this is a full 20-minute workout, so it's pretty long for that upper body. So nice and slow, no momentum. Got 10 more seconds. Excellent. And now we're going to do a bent over row. So I'm going to show you from the side what that looks like. So I'm doing my left arm first. So I'm going to bend right over so I have a nice straight back. I can even rest slightly on my thighs. And I'm going to pull up and then let it go down. And I really want to let that shoulder blade pull back towards the center. So it's like squeezing that shoulder blade toward the spine. So this is a narrow row. And a wide row would have our arm in a different position. So again, I'm not just like lounging on my legs here. I need a nice flat back. So use those lower back muscles, use those abdominals to pull in tight. Excellent. And now we're going to do that on the other side. And we're getting close to the cool down. So we're going to pull up. And this other arm that's not holding a weight, you can just rest it down like I'm doing. You could put it up on your knee, wherever it's comfortable for you. When we get into level 2, we'll do both arms at the same time for these exercises, and we'll add in some new exercises. Level 2 is also, I've got it planned, I don't have it taped yet, but I've got it planned, is about 20 minutes, and I think level 3 is about 25 minutes. I always write out my workouts before I tape them, so I know what I'm going to do. Okay, and now we're going to do a reverse fly on the left and then on the right, and these are our last 2 exercises. And again, this is a very heavy weight for me to do reverse fly for the whole 45, so we'll see what I can do. I'm going to bend over, I'm going to pull my arm out to the side, lift it out to the side. And even today, when I feel like I have a fair bit of energy, I will not be able to maintain this weight the whole way through. I'm going to try and go, I've done 15 seconds, I'm going to try and go for another 15. But I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to go without weight. And just like when I did the bent over row, I've got a nice flat back, my abs are pulled in, my lower back muscles are working. Excellent. And now I'm going to do that on the right side, and then we'll be cooling down. Okay, so I'm going to bend over and get in position. I'm going to try and go the same amount of time as I did on the other side before I drop my weight. So I got to when there was 20 seconds left according to my timer. You'll have to let me know if my timer is too loud. I have heard people say in the past that it's too loud, so I really turn the volume down. So I hope you can still hear it, but if it is still too loud, please let me know so that I can adjust the volume. Okay, one more. And I'm going to drop my weight, and I'm going to do it without weight. I don't want to lose my form and try and keep going. I don't want to try and throw the weight up there. So I'll just drop the weight and still work, really squeeze those shoulder blades together. Excellent. Now I'm going to put my weight off to the side, and we're going to get ready for our cool down here. You can grab a quick sip of water if you need to. And we're going to start with a tricep stretch on the left side. So I'm going to take this arm up and overhead, and I'm going to use my right arm to pull my elbow down so that I have a nice stretch all in the tricep right here, and my hand is just going down my back. We're going to hold all of these stretches for 30 seconds apiece. No break in between, we're just going to switch. So we're going to now do a tricep on the right side. So I can face the front for this one, arm up overhead, grab with the opposite arm and pull it down the back. You should be feeling pretty proud of yourself at this point for making it this far, for maybe trying something new if you've never done upper body weights before. And now we're saying thank you to our muscles for working so hard. Okay, now we're going to do an arm cross stretch. I'm starting with my left side. Just pull it across so you feel a nice stretch all in along here. And actually through the shoulder and even down the side. I know a lot of people like to skip the stretch at the end. They're like, oh, I don't have time. Even if you could just take even like 3 minutes and just pick a few would certainly, now we're going to switch sides, would certainly be better than nothing, right? It's at the end of the workout when we can really lengthen those muscles back out, and stretching can prevent some of the soreness that weightlifting can bring from working the muscles. Won't necessarily take all of it away, but it can certainly help. So next we're going to do a chest expansion. So I'm going to turn to the side again. I'm going to interlace my fingers behind my back and pull. So that's like pulling my shoulders way back and sticking my chest out. And sort of expanding across the chest there. Some people even like to sort of look up a bit. And take some deep breaths. And our last stretch will be the opposite of this, so we can release those shoulder blades. So we'll put the arms out in front. So I'm going to take the arms in front. I like to pull mine the opposite way through, push my hands through, and really arch like a cat back. And really let those shoulder blades expand outward. Just a few more seconds here and then we're all done. Great job, everybody. Thank you for joining me today for this level 1 upper body weights. I will have level 2 and level 3 ready as soon as I can get to them. Let me know what you thought of this workout in the comments below. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and I hope to see you again soon.